Are you a parent who is dealing with frustration and overwhelm? Is it COVID affecting you so much? Because you have to deal with your workload, whether you work outside or if you work at home. And that's a lot, but at the same time, you have to be dealing with homeschooling, possibly, or dealing with many frustrations that are going on related to all the craziness that is going on outside. Hi, I'm Dr. Hadeli Salazar, and I'm a pediatrician, but I'm also a personal success coach and a parenting expert. And I help parents and I help people to learn how to respond instead of reacting. I help you to have the right attitude towards the situation. I help you to understand that you have a power on yourself, on your thoughts, on your mind, and instead of letting your circumstances controlling you, I can help you to learn and understand how you can control everything from within. So today I want to talk to you about a few tips about setting expectations that promote success. And this is setting expectations either for you, but I'm focusing on your child here, okay? And something very important is that your expectations and how you choose to price and criticize your child can make a big difference on raising a goal achiever or not. And this is very important to understand because many times we can be very harsh. Either we can set expectations too high or we can set the expectations too low, and neither one is good. And there's actually four important points that we're going to be talking about, and this is video number 1 of the series. Then the four important things that we're going to be talking about is you have to be thoughtful about where you set the bar for your child. If you want to make sure that you are keeping a healthy well-being and mindset in your children. Also, number 2 will be you should celebrate unevenness because not everybody is gonna be the same, so things will be uneven. So your child will discover her or his spikes. That's important. Also, number 3 will be you should prize and notice the effort rather than the performance. And similarly, you should focus not just on criticizing, but we have to focus that the efforts that they are putting in specific behaviors, not in the character. We're not looking, the results will vary a lot, but we have to focus on the effort they are putting. And number 4 will be you should support the development of delaying gratification, tenacity, and grit. And this is important because, as we will learn later, all those things are going to be determining the success of your child. Today, I'm going to be talking only about number 1, which is how high should you set the bar. And as I said before, it is very important that you recognize that every child is going to be different and you have to learn. It's hard for me to give you a straight answer because you have to learn how your child is, and you can ask the teachers, ask the coaches, but important, you have to ask her if they feel that your expectations, instead of they experiencing them as something good or as encouragement, they experiencing it as pressure. And this is important because I'm not talking that is your fault. I'm saying they experience it subjectively in different way. Whether they experiencing it as something that is positive and encouraging, or it is too much pressure. And that's why you have to learn how your child is and set the right expectations. And that's very important. But remember that you need to be able to communicate because that's the way you're gonna see and find out how they feel. And also very important is how is he getting along with friends? How is he or she sleeping? The physical well-being of your child, if they have stress-related symptoms, all those things will be an indicator that maybe they have very they have a lot of pressure. It could be due to high expectations, but let me tell you something. Many kids who have anxious dispositions or perfectionistic tendencies, they can do terrific at school. They can do great. But this is not always a predictor of long-term success, because what could happen is that they can get sick, they can be very stressed, or have a lot of anxiety. So it is important that we help them to have healthy expectations. So as I said before, we have to keep our focus on efforts rather than the products or the results, and this is very important. It is okay to help our kids to stretch so they can figure out their limits. So not too low, not too high. Because also if the bar is too low, then they won't be pushing themselves, and they can also feel belittled, and we don't want that either. So we have to set that expectation to a point that they can learn beyond their attitude, and they can actually learn how to deal with frustration. But we want to make sure that we don't do it too high, that they feel frustrated, incapable, or perhaps angered. So those are feelings that we don't want them to feel. So that's why it's important. Communication, understanding, this is key. And that's why it's important that you as parent learn how to communicate with your child. And remember, he or she is copying you. So your attitude towards things is something that they will also copy. So the last few things that I just want to mention here is that every person can be a high achiever in certain areas that matches their attitude. So you have to remember that the capabilities vary significantly in different subjects or areas. So let's help our child to learn where they are best at, what they like, what subjects they are more appealing to them, and we help them and we support them all in that area. So that's why we have to remember effort is what we're focusing on. And one last thing I want to mention, if you are ever around a child, or a young person or child that says, I cannot do it, I won't be able to do it, you want to help them to change their perspective. You have to help them to see, you maybe cannot do it yet. This is a key word. You are not able to do it yet. And reframing this is important, because that helps them to set an expectation for themselves that they will eventually be able to get it, okay, to do it, that they can. It's just that not yet. So it was wonderful talking to you, and please, if you want to hear the second, the third, and the fourth part, follow me, and you can join my free Facebook group as well. I'm going to post the link below, and I'm happy to see you. Bye.